Welcome back, students, to the next part of the fascinating Bonku Babu's Friend by Satyajit Ray. Now, in the previous video, we had seen Bonku Babu as a meek and timid man. Though he was good-hearted, yet he was unable to assert himself, and this made him an easy target for his mischievous students and also for the middle-aged peers who disrespected him and who had lack of respect for Bonku Babu. Now, let us dive right back into the story to find out what happens next. On one particular day, the topic of conversation was space. In other words, they were talking of spaceships and space travel. Now, on this particular day, about which the narrator tells us, the topic of conversation in these meetings, in the meetings that Bonku Babu attended at Sripati Babu's place, the topic of conversation was spaceships and space travel. Soon after sunset, a moving point of light had been seen in the northern sky. So someone has seen a moving point of light in the northern sky. So this gave rise to a lot of curiosity, and hence they started discussing this particular topic. A similar light was seen 3 months ago. The light like this was it was seen earlier also 3 months ago, which had led to much speculation. So whenever a person sees these kinds of mysterious lights, people there, they discussed about such things. And this gave rise to a lot of speculation, lot of guesswork, lot of thoughts about what it could have been. In the end, it had turned out to be a Russian satellite. In the end, it was discovered that the light that they had seen, it was only a Russian satellite called Khotka, or was it Foshka? They do not remember the name properly, so they keep guessing. Anyway, this satellite was supposed to be going round the Earth at a height of 400 miles and providing a lot of valuable information to scientists. So by now we already know that what is the work of a satellite. It moves round the Earth at a height of, as he points out, 400 miles, and it provides a lot of valuable information to the scientists. That particular evening, Bonku Babu was the first to spot the strange light. Bonku Babu is an observant man. He is also intelligent, and he, being a school teacher, knows a lot about such phenomenon. And he was the first one to spot that strange light. Then he called Nidhu Babu and showed it to him. And then he had called one of his peers, Nidhu Babu, and had showed him the strange light. However, when he arrived at the meeting, he found that Nidhu Babu had coolly claimed full credit for being the first person to see it and was boasting a great deal about it. So, Nidhu Babu had taken full credit for spotting the light and was boasting about himself and about his observational skills when Bonku Babu arrived at the meeting. Bonku Babu said nothing. So again we see an example of his mild nature, where he did not intervene and did not try to set things right, but he quietly listened to Nidhu Babu, who blatantly, in front of Bonku Babu, boasted about his ability to spot the light and other things. No one in the group knew much about satellites. Now this also adds a bit of humor to their conversations, because no one knows anything about satellites, yet that did not stop them from offering their views. Said Chadi Babu, somebody sees a point of light in some obscure corner. That is, Chadi Babu says that someone sees a light at some obscure, unclear corner of the sky and the press gets all excited about it. So he is criticizing this frenzy around these lights and how the press unnecessarily they get excited about such things, and he says it's all humbug. That is, these are all misleading information. These information do not lead anyone anywhere, do not lead them to knowledge, but these are all misleading information. Ramkanai countered this remark. So he did not agree with Chadi Babu and he countered him. He was still young. No, it may not any be any of us here. So he says that no, it may not be of any use here, but it is a human achievement. So he says that though it is not a personal achievement for any of us here, but it is a great achievement for humans. It is a progress for humans, surely, and a great achievement at that. So he says that it is the win of humanity, it is an achievement for all humanity, and it is a great feat as well. Well, you wouldn't expect a bunch of monkeys to do that, would you? So, Chadu Babu answers and he says that of course human beings will do it, will figure out about satellites and would send satellites. You cannot expect a bunch of monkeys to do it. All right, said Nidhu Babu, let's not talk of satellites. After all, it's just a machine going round the earth, they say. So Nidhu Babu did not have much knowledge. None of them had much knowledge about satellites, but Nidhu Babu now wants to, he doesn't want anyone to fight about it, and he is no longer interested in talking about satellites. He does not think that this is a very great achievement, this is a great achievement, and he says that all we know about it is a machine and it goes round the earth. No different from a spinning top. So it is no different from a spinning top. A top would start spinning if you got it going, or a fan would start to rotate if you pressed a switch. A satellite's the same. So you can only imagine the extent of ignorance where he compares it to a spinning top and also to a fan, that it is as insignificant as these things. But think of a rocket, that can't be dismissed so easily, can't it? But he's interested in rocket and he thinks rocket is perhaps something that draws his interest and it cannot be dismissed, or it is not so insignificant as the others. Can it? Chadi Babu wrinkled his nose. Wrinkled his nose means he contracted his nose and his muscles to show that he dislikes the conversation or he dislikes the question. A rocket? Why? What good is a rocket? All right, if one was made here in our country, took off from the Maidan in Calcutta, and we could all go and buy tickets to watch the show, well then that would be nice. But so he is looking for some kind of entertainment. He says that Chadi Babu says that it would, how does it affect us? If a rocket could be arranged which would go off from Calcutta, from the Maidan in Calcutta, then they could buy tickets and see it. As long as he's not seeing it and he's not part of this, he doesn't find it entertaining enough. You are right, Ramkanai agreed. A rocket has no meaning for us here in this village. Bhairav Chakraborty spoke next. Suppose some creature from a different planet arrived on earth. So Bhairav Chakraborty, he says that suppose an alien or some other creature from some other planet came here. So what? Even if it did, you and I would never be able to see it. So Ramkanai Babu says that so what? Even if it came here, we will not have the good fortune to see the creature. And Bhairav Chakraborty agrees with him and says, yes, that's true enough. Everyone turned their attention to their cups of tea. So now this discussion was over. They no longer discussed it. They now concentrated. Again, they went back to their cups of tea and they took a sip from it. There did not seem to be anything left to be said. After a few moments of silence, Bonku Babu cleared his throat and said gently, Suppose they came here. So now this was the topic of interest for Bonku Babu. And though in most occasions he used to keep quiet, and he knows that if he says something that would provide his disrespectful peers, it would provide an opportunity to his disrespectful peers to poke fun at him, yet he couldn't stop himself. He said that suppose they came here, these creatures came here. Nidhu Babu feigned total amazement. So Nidhu Babu pretended as if he was amazed by such an observation. And now they again team up to humiliate Bonku Babu. Hey, Bankum wants to say something. So he distorts his name and says that he wants to say something. What did you say, Bonkum? Who's going to come here? Where from? So he now draws the attention of the other members as well. It is a cue for all of them to team up and to tease the poor man. Bonku Babu repeated his words, his tone still gentle. Suppose someone from a different planet came here. Now, it is important to note that his tone was gentle. He was not asserting himself, and he lacked the confidence to put forward his opinion with a bit of force. So he gently says that suppose someone that is from the other planet came here. As he did so often, Bhairav Chakraborty slapped Bonku Babu's back loudly and rudely. So Bhairav Chakraborty had this habit of slapping Bonku Babu's back loudly and rudely, and he grinned and said, "Bravo, what a thing to say! Where is a creature from another planet going to land? Not Moscow, not London, not New York, not even Calcutta, but here, in Kakurgachi. You do think big Bonku, don't you?" So they start mocking him instantly. They mock his curiosity. Bonku Babu fell silent. He realized he was being mocked. He fell silent, though he had a lot of questions in his mind. But several questions rose in his mind. Was it really impossible? If an alien had to visit the earth, would it really matter where it arrived first? So if an alien aims to reach earth, it would not know any specific space. It would not aim for any specific place. It can land anywhere. It might not aim to go straight to any other part of the world. All right, it was highly unlikely that such a thing would happen in Kakurgachi village. But who was to say for sure that it could not happen at all? Bonku Babu realizes that the chances were slim that this particular creature would land in Kakurgachi, but no one can say for sure that this will never happen. This could never happen. Sripati Babu was silent so far. Now Sripati Babu, he is an important man. He has all around him these men who always agree with him, who even if Sripati Babu is perhaps incorrect in certain areas, he might be incorrect. They do not have the character or the intention to point that out. So they are sycophants. They only agree with this man. And the moment he shifted in his seat, everyone looked at him. So everyone was looking at him. He put his cup down and spoke knowledgeably. So he spoke with authority, as if he had some knowledge on this particular subject. Look, if someone from a different planet does come to Earth, I can assure you that he will not come to this God-forsaken place. So he says that even if an alien decides to land here on the surface of the earth, yet it would not come to Kakurgachi, a God-forsaken place. Nobody knows of this place. Those aliens are no fools, he says. It is my belief that they are sahibs. So he says, now we understand that how scientifically incorrect all of this is. He says that those aliens are perhaps sahibs, those are Europeans, and they will land in some western country where all the sahibs live. So he believes that the creature from some other planet are also Europeans, and they are going to land in one of the western countries, and because all the sahibs or Europeans live there. Understand? And he says that, do you all understand? That is what it is all about. So he spoke with authority in a knowledgeable manner. Everyone agreed. Like I said, that no one has the character or the intention to point out that how scientifically incorrect all of this is. They all agree with Sripati Babu because he is a man of authority. He holds an important position in the society. Everyone agreed with the sole exception of Bonku Babu. So Bonku Babu is the only one who did not agree, who did not nod vigorously to show his opinion that he completely agreed with him. So he was there. Chadi Babu decided to take things a bit further. So he thought that the fun was not over yet. So he took things a bit forward. He nudged Nidhu Babu silently. So he nudged means he pushed Nidhu Babu gently, pointed at Bonku Babu and spoke innocently. Why, I think Bonku is quite right. Isn't it natural that aliens should want to come to a place where there's a man like our Bonku Bihari? If they wanted to take away a human specimen, could they find anything better? So now the extent of fun was exceeding boundaries. Now it has come down to personal attack. Now he is being ridiculed, and they say that where else an alien should go in order to find a human specimen, where could they find anyone better than Bonku Babu? No, I don't think so. Nidhu Babu joined in. So Nidhu Babu, he is also playing along. He tells he tells Chadi Babu that no, I do not agree with you, and he does it so that Chadu Babu can continue the humiliation. Consider his looks, not to mention his brains. Yes, Bonkum would be the ideal specimen. So they now come down to degrade him physically as well as insult his intellect. Right, suitable for keeping in a museum or a zoo, Ram Kanai chipped in. Now they all team up. Ram Kanai goes to the extent of saying that he could be kept in a museum or perhaps in a zoo. So dehumanizing him at the same time. Bonku Babu did not reply. So to this also, he doesn't reply, but wondered silently if anyone were to actually look for a specimen, weren't the others just as suitable? He thought these things, but he could not voice out. He could not stand up for himself. He thought that others were equally capable of being specimen. Look at Sripati Babu. His chin was so much like a camel's. And that Bhairav Chakraborty, his eyes were like the eyes of a tortoise. Nidhu Babu looked like a rat, Ram Kanai like a goat, and Chadi Babu like a flitter mouse. Flitter mouse is an archaic form of flitter mouse, means a bat. If a zoo really had to be filled up. So he could find, so we see that since he was humiliated over a period of time, he thinks he cannot possibly break free from this cycle of oppression. In his mind, he has a lot of hatred for each one of them, as we find out. But he does not have the courage or self-confidence to voice it. He doesn't have the courage to, even at this point, he doesn't have the courage to stand up for himself. Tears sprang to his eyes. He felt so humiliated that tears filled his eyes. Bonku Babu had come to the meeting hoping for once to enjoy himself. So he thought for once at least he could enjoy himself. That was clearly not to be. He could not stay here any longer. He got to his fate. So it was enough for him. He couldn't endure anymore. He rose and he was ready to leave. And while he was leaving, Ramkanai warned, "Take care, Bonkuda. It's a moonless night, remember? And it's a Saturday. Very auspicious for ghosts and spooks." Very auspicious here means very favorable. So be careful, it is a moonless night, it's a Saturday, and it is a favorable time for ghosts and spirits. Spooks are spirits. Everyone howled with delighted laughter. So while he left, he could hear the howling, the loud laughter of everyone seated there. So that's it for today's episode. We will again come back with the next video soon. Now we will find out what happens next. Stay tuned for more. If you like my work, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I want you all to remember one thing, that every story has a power to inspire, right? So think about it. See you all soon. Thank you for watching.